Take him a second to connect.
Hope you don't get canceled for that shit.
Right. Okay, that do sound, okay, it wasn't that close, nigga. Okay, no, you just feeling yourself a little too much, ain't you?
Welcome to another weekend.
You watch the Spirit video 3 times. The nigga think he Rafiki.
I got that out living single. Anyway, this is D. Hayes.
Krista was here.
And same OG.
With a little twist to it.
Yeah.
Heart out.
No, hard.
Whatever. Glenn over here feeling himself because he got the solo cam today.
No, I don't. I
What is my
actually, like,
close-up,
you know,
Mr.
it's,
DeMille?
Right.
it's making me a little nervous. I'm trying to act like it's not there. But
I
I can't help it.
You closed
I
off,
always
boo.
do
You
that.
cloosed
Do you?
off.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but anyway, no,
Sometimes
hard.
I'll be a little more stressed out. But you know.
All right, this is
Him on the beat per to you.
right. Nah, but Hart is out of town this week on business, so he wasn't able to be here today. But he will be back next week.
Yes.
So shout out to the homie,
Miss you,
Hart.
brother.
Yeah, man.
We already know you out there dealing with some bullshit. Just because it's hard, he out of there. He dealing with other folks.
Right.
I just see his face now.
He's probably mad at somebody right now.
Had to real bad.
Right
Paul,
now.
how many times has Hart breathed hard today and gazed off into the distance?
We're hyperventilating.
Yeah, right. His mama down there. Shout out.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Well,
Please
actually,
keep him on the path, mama.
we're going to jump into shooting the shit, y'all. It kind of actually relates a little bit to what's going on with our brother this week. But this week on Shooting the Shit, we're talking about, what's too personal for people that you work with? What is shit you do that you don't do in front of people you work with? What is shit about people you work with that you don't want to know? So let's talk about what's too personal.
Right, at this point,
for, like,
anything.
your
You know,
Everything.
Right, you're in your career, baby. I don't need to know a damn thing about you.
Right.
And don't come asking over here. And this kind of came from just like us being out of town. We're like, oh my God, where is Hart staying? And y'all just came from a business trip too.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all
yeah.
went on a business trip
yeah,
too.
We did, yeah.
So I think that on the going out of town thing, it's like the really thing you have to worry about is the boarding, right? Are you gonna have to stay with somebody?
Yeah, that's the main thing. But even outside of that, like, sometimes you deal, like, if you know you going with, like, a group of, let's say, 6 people from your job, I feel like you got to hang out with those 6 people.
Oh,
You
God.
got at least one dinner
You know what
or
I'm
something.
saying?
At least
Yeah,
like
at least
a dinner
once.
or some drink or something.
And sometimes you just be like, I'd rather just not,
Yeah.
you know?
No, yeah, we did. I'm gonna see y'all at the conference. Okay?
Right. We already going to be at the
I'm
conference.
gonna see y'all at the conference.
Like,
I need to do lunch alone. I got friends in town. That's how I did with that. I got friends in town, so I'm gonna
Right.
be, I'm gonna get with them in
The
that.
team
in the
that we
evening.
on, G talked to very few people on the team.
See, and you friends with everybody, so I know they like. So what we're doing tonight, Rick?
Right.
Is that true?
Yes, that's very true.
They want to organize everything. Okay, set something out, put something together for us.
All right.
Yeah, but I think staying in the same room, like I
Yeah,
don't
that's-
ever.
that's
I don't.
way
I
too
mean,
much.
if I don't work with my sister, or like I have a best friend at work, but I don't. I think that other than that, I would never want to be in the same room sleeping overnight with anybody.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, what if you go, like I was telling Chris, we was talking about just somebody that we work with that works in the building. But I was like, what if y'all ended up being roommates? You know what I mean? She just so happens to be a white lady, but y'all go there. She puts on like the black girl headscarf.
Not just a white lady, the white lady.
The white lady.
Whatever you thinking, maybe she's a little black, maybe she's a little no. She's not that one.
No, she's
Very white.
Very white. But no, yeah, she I was like, what would you say if she put on like a black girl headscarf at night, and then like when just turned on like Lil Boosie real loud, was like, hope you don't mind me doing my nightly routine.
A little slow.
I didn't make it to the gym today, so I got to pop this ass a few times. I got to throw this ass in a circle one time for the hood so I can get my cardio in.
Damn, Susan, you got to put the head wrap on.
She can't fuck it up.
And then she took the head wrap off after the twerking was done.
Good night, girl.
The wrap was just for the twerking. Okay, I don't like to get
You
too.
need to keep the edges laid.
Right.
Like, hell no, I don't
I don't want to catch a frizz. Be like, you're not finna catch no frizz.
No, you free is free. Okay, you gonna be all right. But if I don't get it, girl, it's a silk line. It's a silk line.
Y'all don't get it, girl.
I mean, I'm serious. 'Cause even at work, like if you like my bathroom at work, it just has 2 stalls in it. It just has. But even then, it's like everything natural. But if you get in the bathroom, somebody right next door to somebody,
right.
and something starting to pop off a little too good, even if they're just using a little toot pop off, yeah, you'll be like,
and that don't always mean you're doing
right,
number
nigga,
2.
don't
Sometimes
you?
you look
Yeah,
at
thank you.
But sometimes you just pee real strong.
Yeah,
And it's uncomfortable.
Oh, let me tell you.
You just like,
Glenn, I never
it's really
thought
coming down.
I
like,
never thought I would have to admit that I always pay attention to people's pee strength. Okay,
Like, it just be
if
like,
it's too strong or if it's just trickling out. I mean, what the hell is going on over there?
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I have been in the bathroom, and if it's kind of quiet, like there's no music, I do feel like I need to really put my best pee forward.
Yeah,
So I got to really punch. You got to punch that water.
With a little strength to it. Get to the center of that bowl.
Fuck you, liver disease, kidney disease.
Look, girl, you got good strength in there. You don't want to be the water hose either. You know what I mean? You hate to be the.
The fuck did you drink?
Yeah.
it's be coming out too strong.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes I
Like,
get just like on people's sides too. I'm like, why you in that little piddly ass pee? Girl, you thought you would have a little strength past yours.
Right. It sounds like when people like leave the faucet on when it's below freezing, you just don't want the pipe to freeze.
Yeah, you're like,
Just
no,
let
let
drip,
it out.
drip, drip.
Drip.
What the fuck going on?
And then
No
even
wonder
when
you
look,
always so damn cranky.
even when you look down and their toes be curling or something, you know.
Don't get it so good.
I mean, like, and not even that. That's what they do is, like, you know, you see their feet tension and shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen, it's
clearly I'm
real.
doing too much in the bathroom. But the point is, even though I know those are natural things going on in the bathroom, I still am like,
it's still
it's
awkward.
too personal.
I think that the
It's
one
too
at you know in my school specifically too. There's three bathrooms for the male staff or whatever. Anyway, but like two of them have like just where it's a one person restroom, but there's one of them that has like two stalls and then a urinal. The urinal don't have no wall, so I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like just being like balls to the wind, yeah, in front of whoever the fuck decide to walk in.
Balls to the wind.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's a weird nigga that's at work with a 3-person stall to choose that loose one.
Right. I always go into the style, so people just, it's like a gamble. You be like, what this nigga finna do? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When you go, but anyway, no, and it is like the two stalls or whatever, but sometimes I do go in there, and I can tell the bigger one, which is the one I like just because, you know, nigga ain't got
little
the
more space.
Yeah. And I'm just going to pee, you know what I'm saying? But like, but somebody be in there, and it's just like, you be like, damn, I really feel bad for you because it just, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
life came at you fast, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you weren't able to stop it.
The thing about going to the bathroom at work is like, no matter how many people you work with, you pretty much know who was in there blowing it up.
No, you really do.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's too personal. I don't want to know that about you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't want to know that your
And
lunch
then we're going to have a
turned on you.
potluck next week. And then I'm
Right.
supposed to sit there and act like I want to try that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, be one, and you know who. I'm sorry, y'all don't know, but trust me, you don't want to know this heifer. But I be waiting in there. I be going in there, notice she ain't peed, so I know she waiting to blow it. I was like, oh, well, let me get a little bit of this lotion. Let me get a little. You know, I'm
Put a whacker to
she
it,
waiting
yeah.
this door, hear this door close, she can cut loose, baby. Nah, go on pinch for a little while longer. Y'all just being so mean
She
and
over there
evil.
tight, just
Yeah.
tight.
And it
Gotta
being so
squeeze
nigga,
it
I'll let
off.
them just bubble a little bit. Go on, release it, girl.
No.
And then they get a little spray to it. Like, ooh, who bought in this catalog? What is Avon?
I'm enjoying my me time today.
Ooh, I just really need a moment before I get back out
A
here.
moment for me, right? I just want to just relax.
Bitch in there sweating, okay?
I'm about to explode, nigga. You know what else, though?
Right.
Something else is a little too personal, and this sounds like basic, but it's the truth, is you don't want to go eat with all your coworkers neither. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah,
you
that's
don't.
You don't want to,
You
like,
don't.
there are people have different table manner, you know, situations. Like, some people chew with their mouth open, or they spit when they talk. You know, they talk
See?
and they spit when they eating, and shit like that. Like, that shit is, like, real uncomfortable for me. I'm not going to lie.
It is. No, it absolutely is. There's sometimes like the drinking issue too.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
Which
for
is-
me, I feel like when you go eat with people that you just work with and you don't got no relationship outside, it's always awkward.
Yeah, it
like
is.
it's just that awkward ass conversation because you're trying to be like more personable or whatever.
Right.
But
it's
who
like,
came
bro,
up with that? Who
I don't want
came
to talk
up-
to you.
Who came up that there needs to be like a thing outside of work where we just try to bond some more? Like, no, we professionals. Why we
Right.
got to do anything up outside this building?
Right.
Okay, like for all y'all know, I sleep in the bathroom. That's how much I'm here.
Right.
It ain't nothing going on outside here that you need to know about. But yeah, the actual staying with each other, hell to the no. I don't really want to catch you too much in the
I can't imagine that
bathroom.
No,
I don't
didn't
want to.
know.
I mean, just pretty much everything's uncomfortable other than you typing on the computer. Okay, so I don't want to see you do anything.
Yeah,
Everything's too personal.
It's like
Yeah.
anything outside of work that I have to be forced to do with you. I don't want to do.
How do y'all feel about people at work that be oversharing?
Listen,
Which,
I'm gonna be honest.
That happens to me and Crystal. I don't
All
feel like
the
it's like
time.
you
I'm
probably
about
don't
to
open
say-
yourself up to
Yeah, I'm
that so
about to
much.
say I can see that happening to you, D Hayes, a lot because you just so like you're really nice to people. I'm more so like
right.
I'm gonna speak and keep it pushing,
Yeah.
and sometimes I don't speak at all. I just keep it pushing just off the jump.
No,
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like sometimes I just be sitting there looking like, how have I not told you literally
To shut the
Shut
fuck
the
up.
fuck up,
And-
please.
but not
Sit
only
your
that-
motherfucking ass down.
Yeah. And I just would never keep sharing, and somebody ain't told me nothing about them.
Right.
Like, you don't know nothing about me.
And it goes like this. This is like a basic scenario. You go to the water machine, all right? There's a filter water and ice machine. You go there and be like, oh, how was your weekend? And you just wait for the basic response like, oh, it was great. That's what I would say. But they say,
See,
oh, it was
I don't
great. It wasn't that
I
good.
don't even ask them questions.
And then
I
they'll
be
be
like,
like,
how you
yeah,
doing?
because my wife walked out on me last night, and my two daughters were caught doing meth in the garage. And then after that, we found 2 syringes in the car. I think my mother-in-law is on that shit again. You be like, damn.
And unless that tea is good, you
Yeah.
got one time to do that to me.
you ain't never asking again.
Other than that,
That's
girl,
too
I'll see you
much.
next Wednesday, girl, because let me know. Keep me updated,
That's
girl.
too
I deserve
much.
an end to this.
I deserve an end to this.
Yeah, nah.
You don't open yourself up like that at all.
No,
feel
if
like
I see
stuff.
somebody, I'm like, how y'all doing? I keep on walking. I really don't even stop to hear a response. I just keep
that's
walking.
what sucks about being that way, because you do always get to a point where you need them to get the hell on. You be like,
Yeah.
damn, I need to be more like Glenn. Next time I ain't doing this. I ain't meet nobody.
And there
when I
are
go
some
to this
people that wait.
Yeah,
I mean, they
nah.
wait until in them one person restrooms. They wait until the door. I mean, they talking through the crack until it until it closes.
I hate that
until
too.
it clasps.
No.
Like you just
And
gonna
they
get
gonna
there.
wait for you to come out.
Oh, listen.
No,
'Cause I got
even-
I sitting there acting like my stomach is really troubling me on the
I
floor.
don't care. Sometimes I like to just sit in there at the end of my day, middle of my day, and just decompress. I might be on my phone, so don't even worry about it. If there's however many stalls, it's not the fucking mall. However many stalls are there, you don't need to form a line out there in the little 2-inch personal area. Like, nigga, you need to take your ass to another bathroom or come back in a minute and see when it's open,
Yeah.
okay?
And I know
You
sometimes
know,
it's
smelling
urgent, but
farts
yeah.
and shit. It's already hard enough this nigga to stop it. At least I ain't gotta,
Right.
face them
And
when I
listen,
come out.
You can only
Because
hold you can only hold your legs up out of sight for so long before you catch a Charlie horse, nigga.
No, but if it's 2
You
people,
got
if
to
it's
let
2,
it
3
down.
people on there, if it's 2, 3 people in that bathroom, though, you got to have the etiquette to go and stagger that lead. Like you
Yeah.
hear that toilet flush, you be like, okay, who falling back? Okay, you got to see real
what I like-
gingerly
yeah.
who making the move.
Yeah.
Because if they just got up tearing it up, you don't want to see them, and
No,
they don't
you
want to
don't.
see
They
you.
don't.
And I get secondhand embarrassment.
Me too.
Like,
Me
I'm like,
too.
shit, I'm embarrassed for you.
For you, right.
You
I'm
got to
like,
But then you got
stagger that.
people that look at you. They look at you like they shame, and then you have people look at you like, well, nigga,
I don't
shit.
give a fuck.
And I
Like,
like though, I
listen.
can appreciate those people, but yeah, you got to stagger. If they flush that toilet first, go on, let them go. Even
But I
if you
know
was
my
the
face is
first.
probably real fucked up. I'm looking at this nigga like,
But if you out there waiting on the
nigga,
toilet,
really? You have to do all of that?
if you in there waiting on the toilet, waiting on the line to go down, and you walking on that aftermath, you don't know what stall is coming from either. Nigga, you ain't gonna make eye contact with me on the way out there.
And I like to see, and I
'Cause
hate
I ain't
that.
explaining
and
when
it-
Miss So-and-so
And I
in
know it
here.
sounds dramatic, but I do get the dry heaves, so I
Yeah.
got to be careful. when you start to get, I'm gonna get them to start gagging on these niggas. And my nose real sensitive.
I'm gonna come up to the stall and nod at him. It was hit that toe, baby. Non-verbals, man.
Damn, Chad. It's beer can chicken over there fucking you up.
Right.
Anyway, all right, that's enough of that, y'all. But yeah, we all feel a way about being too personal about people at work. We all are polite people for sure. I can say that about all 3 of us, but yeah. All right. So we're going to move over to our next segment, which is when we shoot the shit with our listeners. If you would like us to read your letter on the show, please email IAMWpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll be glad to read your letter on the show. And our first letter today is an update from Tremaine. If y'all don't remember, this is the gentleman that emailed us about his wife using the natural products, and he kind of, them trying to get...
Well, it was his wife or his girlfriend? I think it was just his girlfriend.
His girl,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was trying
And
to
she
get
was just
neutralized.
trying to get used to
Levels
her levels.
normalized.
Yeah, her levels
Yeah.
normalized. All right, so his update says, what's up, y'all?
Deep ass bread. Is it
Yeah.
the letter that long? That much hot
I got
shit
the-
to get through it?
No.
I got to really just...
That's not that much.
I got the
Nah.
compose.
It's not.
Okay, I got the
Your ass up, I got to compose.
I got to prepare myself.
All right.
But it's public reading.
All right. So,
They fall coming up on you.
I don't like ugly. Y'all over there getting choked up. All right. Anyway, so what's up, y'all? So my girl has still been on this natural kick, which is cool. She has definitely slowed down on the sneaking sniffs, but occasionally she still will really go in. She has started getting really extra with her hair and oral care, but that's a whole nother issue. Maybe this natural situation isn't for me. I feel like she is, but the verdict is I'm not a fan of this shit. I appreciate y'all trying, and this is from Tremaine. So basically, I guess he's still not that comfortable with his girl's natural products. She's still every now and then trying to scoop a sniff and see if everything is cool, and he's just not really. And I guess I don't know. Maybe she's using like a different pace, or maybe I don't know if it's mint based or what, you know, but maybe he just is not into it. So I'm sorry we couldn't help you more. I don't really know what other advice to give.
I think that
is he trying to break up with her or what?
I mean, he didn't say it specifically.
Like
he just said it isn't for me though.
Yeah, but I think that I can't remember even if you gave that advice on air, but I know we talked about it a little bit more after, just because you have experienced somebody that has made a transition into being completely natural. And one thing that he said is just that it really does take time. Like, I don't think there was anything you said that necessarily just bothered you, but it does take time for your body, and that time is for different people. So, I mean, I think if you are right there on the edge, I would suggest maybe giving it a little bit more time, just if that's what her lifestyle is going to be.
I mean, because when did that letter come in? Maybe like a month or two ago?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I would say give it another, like, I think it's gonna take a full 6 months. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, that could seem like a long time, but it's really not that bad. Because once it's over, it's over, and it's gonna work fine.
I think it just depends on what it is that he has not done her, which is good. You know, he hasn't said like anything specifically was like just so terrible, but maybe it's something he feels like he can't deal with.
And like
maybe
you said,
it could be the fact that she trying to pressure him to do it.
Oh yeah,
and that's a whole nother hit.
Yeah.
You keep that over there. I'm gonna use my regular soap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even her sniffing, if the sniffing is lightening up, that's probably part of her getting used to it also. Just knowing,
because she probably less self-confidence, less self-conscious.
Yeah,
I mean, I think if you can.
So I said that wrong the first time.
I think if you can give it a little more time, you know, because you never know. You finna have a bad bitch on your hands, nigga, in a couple months. Everything neutralize out.
Right.
Maybe it was stanky bitch that used cancer-causing products, okay? And she still stank.
Right.
After you on it, tripling up on a degree, nigga, and still out here funky.
Right.
That does happen.
And the other girl out here shining, living.
Her skin gonna be glowing.
Her skin gonna be glowing. You be like, dang, it really is looking
You gonna be a little salty.
Okay.
You gonna be like, damn, I really let her go.
I really let her go.
With her natural ass. Hell, half time, I don't even brush my teeth. All right.
Don't jump the gun.
All right. Yeah, no, my bad. All right, anyway, we're going to move over into our next letter, y'all. Hopefully everything works out for you and your lady, though, man. I mean, it sounds like you really do care about her. You wouldn't have followed up again. So, like G said, maybe, hopefully, I mean, it's not something you can't deal with. And, you know, hopefully everything is normalizing and, you know, y'all are both. Yeah, it just sounds like you care about her. So, hopefully it works out. All right, y'all. This next letter is from Anonymous. And,
you know it's going to be some shit.
Yeah, this is really tough. All right.
Putting a stamp on it.
So, the subject line is blended family bullshit. All right. So, it says, my fiance and I have a 7-year-old son. And he also has a 9-year-old son by his ex-wife. We all get along really well. She and I coordinate often for the sake of our sons. She has even somewhat become a good friend. A couple of days ago, my son said that his brother has been mentioning how he is glad his dad has been around at their house more lately and how much fun they had the week he stayed over. Me and my fiance live together, and so the only time he has been gone a week was when he went on a quote, end quote, work trip a couple of weeks ago.
Shit.
So it's looking like this nigga had me drive him to the airport as if he was going out of town and then went to spend the week with his ex and son. They live like 15 minutes from us, so this was an elaborate lie. The issue is, I don't know if these are two kids exaggerating to one-up each other or if it's true. I feel stupid going off the words of kids, but I've been looking at this man crazy ever since I heard. How would y'all handle this scenario, Anonymous?
Girl, you got some shit on your hands.
Literal shit.
You got some shit on your hands.
So her issue is, I guess, that, you know,
Woo,
she
this
only
shit is
thing
true?
she didn't catch wind. She didn't catch wind. She didn't catch wind or nothing until the kids over here spilling tea, and they just talking like to each other. And so I guess she's wondering, like, you know, is this just some shit like, is this nigga's lying? Are they telling the truth?
Oh,
is it stupid that I even bring it up?
Girl, you got yourself
But it
some
kind of
shit.
like, cause on the one hand it kind of is, but at the same time, if it's true, it's some real bullshit.
No,
No,
it's
that's
some
some
real
bullshit.
bullshit. But if it ain't true, like this nigga is finna be like, really, like you took me to the airport. You took me to the like,
yeah,
it's
like,
gonna sound real, like really.
You gonna
These are some
sound
fucking
crazy.
kids.
You gonna sound crazy.
And that nigga
if it's not
still,
true.
it ain't no guarantee he not finna try to make it sound crazy if shit is true, girl. So
Because you
there's
did
that
take
too.
him to the airport.
There's 3 whole scenarios, okay? The truth that he didn't do it, the lie and he did it and he's trying to make you sound crazy, or that he really did it. Oh, God, girl, this is not.
No, it's not good.
You're right, because even if he did, if
That
you
nigga
already
might
took me
try
to
it.
the airport, he gonna be, now why would I do that?
Right.
I literally
you
went to
got
the airport.
try to get out of it a little.
Right.
Like-
But did you see the nigga get on the plane? Did you see him clip? That's what people be fucking up. Watch the motherfucker go through TSA.
Did she get?
So-
I wonder
so-
if she,
Right,
I
watch
wonder
them
if she
check
picked
in.
him up though.
Bro, you did a lot, bro. If that's the case, and he was 15 minutes away, he did a lot. Just break up with this. I mean, I'm not trying to get your dude to break up with you,
do
but
this shit?
Shit,
I'm not saying
it's
possible, but at the same time, a 9-year-old kid, like, you can't believe everything a 9-year-old kid.
You can, but they got sense enough to know, like, and especially he specifically said a week.
Yeah, but like. It literally could have been like, we talking about our daddies, and I'm like, oh, well, my daddy lived with me. He was like, well, that's all right.
But they shared a daddy, though.
I know, but that's why. Like, he was like, well, my daddy was at my house for a whole week. But he was probably there for like a day.
I feel like the 7-year-old peep game a little bit because it sounded like daddy lived with him. So he just kind of like, nah, nigga.
But it also, I mean, I feel like she put all that stuff about her getting along with the baby mama just to say, like, they probably make sure the kids are together. And I don't think the kids probably try to be messy because they brothers.
And they see unity. Oh, yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that. But she said,
right, they don't like they're not putting them in a awkward position ever, it seems like. They let them play each other. It seems like they appear to get along with each other. So why, it sounds like the kid just spouting out because he's really happy. The girl, this some shit, girl.
Yeah, you know what? You just made that make sense. Yeah. The kid,
I think that's why she
he
said
might be telling the truth because it sounds like, and see, she really, like the ex-wife, your fiance, and they both, if this is true, they both traveling because she gonna get close to you. But they say you keep your enemies close.
I think she needs to be honest, and I think this is petty, but she got to talk to the 9-year-old. Like, you gotta,
she can't talk to.
No, she have to.
Isn't that her baby?
She can't.
No.
She can't talk to the other girl's baby without her there about that.
Yes, she can. Yes, she can.
I mean, no. I'm not saying ask him specifically. But see if you can get him on the topic again.
Yeah, like, see if they
talking.
Like
what you been doing this summer?
When was the last time you did it?
Okay. Yeah, like shit like that. Because he could be talking about some shit that happened a long time ago. Or he could be talking about some shit that happened recently.
Maybe she could be like, when was the last time your brother came? When was the last time your brother and dad went over there? I need to send him over there so y'all can hang out. When was the last time they was there? Because he's not going to pick up on what you're really fishing at, I don't think.
Okay.
But the 9-year-old, I don't know, man.
No, if it was me, that's what I would do. I would talk to the 9-year-old and see what I could get out of this nigga before I go to him because, like Krista said, you going to sound crazy if that shit not true.
And honestly, like, this does not have to end. It doesn't matter. Nobody's going to hear me say this.
Yeah.
No, this does not have to end in a big blown up situation. It really doesn't. Like, if you get along with the girl, there could be a possibility that your husband or your fiance just wanted to go spend some time where he woke up every day with his son. There is a possibility that the girl hasn't. I'm not saying it always happens, but there is a possibility that the baby mama does have respect for you enough that he's just over there, maybe just waking up with his. I know that nobody wants to believe that, but waking up with his son. Maybe he is staying over there with his son, but he obviously can't have that conversation with his fiance. So I'm saying, knowing that he lied about it and he went through this elaborate thing, you are actually going to have to decide whether or not you're about to dump him because he's a liar, or whether or not you're going to do something so he doesn't have to sneak around and do these things on his own. Like,
well, but at the same time, why the son can't just come stay with them? I'm sure that's a possibility.
Well, the kid comes, like you just said, though.
Maybe they looking at it from they want the two parents together. I don't know.
But not even that. Like what you just said, the kids don't necessarily have to be jealous, but he is waking up with one of his sons every single day. Maybe his other son said something like, I want you to wake up with me sometimes, Daddy, with just me. So maybe he wants to give him just one-on-one time.
Yeah, but why wouldn't he be able to tell his fiance that?
Because who in the world is going to let you go stay with your baby mama for a whole week and we live 15 minutes away, nigga? Pop your ass up at motherfucking 3:30 and be standing over your baby's head at 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean, okay, you're right. So maybe something is going on with baby mama.
Come on, bro. It's not like they live an hour away.
It sounds like somebody over here doing the fool. I'm just saying.
But at the same time, like I said, bro, it's a 9-year-old kid, and that kid could literally just be exaggerating some shit that happened, or he could be bringing up some shit that happened a long time ago.
That's why you gotta ask the 9-year-old.
That's why you gotta ask a 9-year-old.
But at what point is it okay?
Because if it's not true, and then the baby mama find out like you've been questioning my child about some bogus shit.
Okay, but at what point?
Shit, I needed to know. Okay, like it ain't like you sitting them in an interrogation room. Like you just bring it up in natural conversation. You can fish a 9-year-old, bro.
No, you can.
Like you ain't gotta be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You just talking to him and just try to see what he say.
That feels just a little bit like Odin a little bit.
No, it's not.
Who cares?
That you gotta OD.
Who cares?
You gotta OD at some point.
What his baby information is.
Everything you do besides not say nothing is gonna be OD. So I mean, yeah.
And like you said, even if it is an old situation, like at what point was it okay for him to stay over there for a week? Since he's known
he should have said something about
okay.
that shit. My nigga, if you want to go spend the week with your kid, just say it. If she get mad, then that's a whole nother conversation. But at the same time, The fact that she had to take this nigga to the she probably had shit she could have been doing, so she had to stop what she doing, take this nigga to the airport in traffic. I made that up. She got to take this nigga to the airport.
No, it's always traffic at the airport.
Yeah, she got to take this nigga to the airport.
But that's why you have to talk. Like, we just got to talk about that. You have to just talk about what your needs are.
Oh, damn. Aaron Neville died. Oh, no, Art Neville. My bad. My phone just gave me an alert.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
And see how fast he was to get that obituary out?
Art Neville.
It's his favorite thing.
Who is that?
From the Neville brothers.
But he was still the first one to let us know.
Sorry. Okay, my bad. All right, keep going.
Yeah, that was,
R.I.P.
okay. I don't even remember, honestly.
I'm sorry, my bad.
So if he actually did do this shit, should she leave him
no,
after
that's
that?
what I'm saying. At some point, he is going to have to be either he being sneaky and doing wrong, but there is a solution better than him if it is just that he wants to spend one-on-one time and he's scared to say that. I mean, you could take the son and stay 15 minutes up the road at a hotel or something for the weekend. You can do something, other things. So that's what makes it look like it might be a little bit foul. But ain't no need for you to live in misery, girl. Go on, do what you need to do. Ask the 9-year-old or ask him.
So leave him if he was over there.
I don't know.
Cause I feel like you said, if it's just about the son, you don't gotta go stay over there for a week.
don't.
If he was over there, they was fucking.
Ooh, all right, let us
That's
know.
just what I think.
Anonymous,
Ooh,
what you
I hate
find
I
out.
hate to leave.
Yeah,
Lead the listeners astray like this, girl. I know we ain't got nothing, but you have got to find out more. There's like I said,
Yeah,
no
I mean,
need
you
for
just
to
gotta
be
talk.
living-
You gotta talk to the 9-year-old. That's what I would do.
I guess if you can find a way to inconspicuously ask the I don't know,
here's
man.
what we could do. Send the other baby over there to ask the 9-year-old. There you go. Then you ain't doing it. Be like, figure out what happened last week over there with your daddy.
See, the 7-year-old, but he might start and be like, my mom wanted me to ask you too, by the way.
That's a child.
At the time.
Okay,
That's a
and
child.
That's a child.
Was daddy clapping your mama's cheeks last week? We just trying to figure it out. Let us know.
No,
See,
that's-
but then the kids gonna start beefing.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen either.
You just got y'all take them to the park on the ride there. Just start asking them some questions.
Y'all want some grilled cheese? And then just grill that nigga. Be like, listen.
I mean, you really don't have to grill a 9-year-old. It's so easy to get that information out of him.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
I feel like they'll just tell you.
You don't have to grill him. He's not gonna feel uncomfortable.
If he
Throw him
if he
throw a
told
little
his
soft
brother-
serve in his hand, and he won't even know the difference.
Yeah, if he told his brother, he'll tell you. Put it
Okay,
like
well,
that.
let us know how that goes for real anonymous. I'm sorry that we don't have, but and also maybe if you can fill in some of the blanks that we have. But let us know what ends up happening with y'all. Please update us and let us know. Hopefully
Best of
everything
luck, right. I hope
is not as bad as it seems. All right, y'all. That is all for our shooting the shit, and we're going to move over into our next segment. If you would like us to read your letter on the show, please email IAMWpodcast@gmail.com. And now it is time for What's Poppin'.
What's poppin' on the beat?
What's poppin'? Yeah. Yeah.
Are we poppin' on the beat?
Yeah, we popping on the beat.
Are we poppin' on the beat?
Yeah, we popping on the beat.
Are we poppin' on the beat?
Yeah,
Are
we
we
pop. Yeah, we
poppin' on the beat? Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
we
that Cam
poppin'
on the beat?
It's popping.
Hey, let's go.
All right.
Lord, are we in the studio? I'm tired of this. Talent.
All right, y'all. This week on What's Poppin',
Be so good, Cam.
Yeah, it's
Damn.
good. It's
nah,
good.
Cam on the beat. Cam on the beat, ho. This week on What's Poppin', y'all, the first story we're going to talk about is something that's actually pretty inspiring. There was a man that the headline says, a man climbs 19-story apartment building during a fire to save his mother. And he said, there's no limits. That's my mother. Okay. So the West Park apartments on Holden Street in Philadelphia started filling up with smoke as there was a fire within the building. 35-year-old Jermaine got a call from his sister who told him that their 65-year-old mother, Sheila, who was bedridden, couldn't get out of her 15th floor apartment. Jermaine went right over there and reportedly tried to go to the front door at first, but the police wouldn't let him through. They said the elevators are not working. I said, no problem, I'll take the steps. I just want to make sure my mother is okay. She's sick, she's bedridden, so I need to get up there. They were like, we can't let you in. I took it upon myself because that's my mother and there's no limits. That's my mother. Jermaine was actually using crutches because he had cracked his hip when he fell on a set of stairs earlier that day. Although he was injured, he said his adrenaline took over. So off of my mom's safety, period, I wasn't worried about mine at all. She can't go out of the bed or walk around. So if there's a fire, she needs help. And so this man scaled the damn wall 19 stories to get his mama.
Oh, wow.
What you mean by scale the wall? Like,
I mean, he climbed the balcony, like from balcony to balcony, you know?
because I'm just trying to piece this together in my mind, and it's not. I mean, I don't
Look,
unless it's
look. That's the video
If
of
you
him.
save your story, I was just going to the next one. What this nigga about to do to it?
Right.
What's up, G? You doing it for your mama now?
Shit, I mean, I would try, but I don't know if I could do this. I'm being honest.
I told you to go into the next story, didn't I?
No, no. I would go into a burning building for my mom, but I don't know if I could climb like he doing.
But would you try?
Glenn always go into what is my actual restrictions? Okay?
Yeah, I don't know if I can. Like, I thought in my mind, in my first thought, I'm not gonna lie, I was like Spider-Man, just like, you know what I'm saying. But then I was like, you know, some places they got like the stairs that's on like the back
fire
thing.
escape.
Yeah, like that. Like this, he looked like he just like parkouring it. You know what I'm saying?
You want to see it?
Like for real, I think I could probably get up like 3 flights and I'm probably gonna fall. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga's ready to die for his mama though.
No, I would try. You know what I'm saying?
But she can't stay with you.
Bro,
I'm sorry, bro. That was petty. That was real petty.
I told you move on 3 minutes ago.
Listen. You making it seem like I was just putting my mom on the streets.
No, I know you wouldn't.
I would not. My mom would go stay with my sister. You know what I'm saying?
But I know you do whatever you could to save your mom.
Yes,
and I know this
yes,
is premature, but let's talk about how black this damn helicopter. Good luck, and somebody help the nigga. He already
ain't get a nigga no
rope.
rope,
That's
man.
a 19
A
floor.
harness, some something. He already done shimmied away from y'all niggas and got him beside of this hoe.
Let's see what he's gonna do next. Help this nigga.
Like, all y'all niggas, I mean, we know y'all told this nigga not to go, but at this point, I think he needs assistance.
And this nigga doing this with a cracked hip.
Yeah.
Some of y'all niggas would do that with a stumped toe.
Now, right.
Well, I did hurt my toe this
I
morning.
do got a little hangnail to it.
Mama!
At the end of the day.
What room you in? Follow my voice, mama. Army crawl, mama. All right.
How did he get her down?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it didn't even say on here if he made it or not, but I'm assuming he looks very high up. So that nigga got his mama. I'm
But
assuming.
he on that video looked like he was coming down.
This nigga got his mama. All right, that's what
I need to see a full interview of this because I got some more questions.
Well, either way it goes, his bravery for attempting to get to his mother after
No,
that
that's
was
real.
like everything being like said no. I understand. I respect that. Preferably to God, I'm never in a situation where I have to do that, but you know, Lord knows I would. So there's always that. All right, y'all. So our next story is about Elon Musk, who is the CEO of SpaceX. But Elon Musk is reportedly creating Bluetooth-enabled implants to connect the brain to smartphones. According to CNN, Elon Musk is in the process of creating Bluetooth implants that will connect your brain to your mobile device. He claims the devices could enable telepathy and repair motor function in people with injuries and disabilities. In a presentation, the Tesla CEO says his Neuralink devices will consist of a tiny chip connected to 1,000 wires. The chip features a USB port and connects to a small computer worn over the ear. The computer allows your chip to connect your brain to your smartphone.
No.
They trying to kill us, y'all.
That's all I can say is no.
Is digital warfare. These niggas trying, because as soon as you listen, get one of them implants if you want to, and then one day you enjoying Ed Sheeran's new CD, the next day you tweet something about Trump, and then you just fall dead in your apartment.
Well, he said he could give you telepathy.
I don't know nothing about that.
Nah,
yeah.
bro.
And there's
you're gonna fall dead in your apartment. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I literally just had this conversation with somebody the other day. I just think technology needs to stop. We got enough, okay?
We do.
We got enough. We said by 2020 we was gonna have flying cars. We ain't got them hoes. We got enough.
We don't need flying cars.
No, we don't. We have enough. We're good. We are good.
The wreck's gonna be 10 times worse if we are flying. That's
because
facts.
all of these apps and little things, like some of the stuff on my phone is just like it just popped up talking about some appointment. I'm like, I don't even remember fucking telling my phone this.
Right.
But thank you for reminding me. Okay.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Like they've had that issue with people like using, the Google app or whatever, or Amazon app, ordering stuff just off you saying things. And there was an article that was talking about how they only need maybe 100 words of your voice or something like that to completely recreate your speech, to basically put you in a robot that sounds exactly like you, or even they did a test where they were calling people's best friends with the artificial voice that they had based off the 100 words that they had of theirs, and they were tricking people they had known for years. You know what I mean?
Literally,
that's scary.
Cam could clip whatever we say
Yeah.
and turn it into anything.
Definitely enough.
Do y'all think
You
one
know what I'm
day
saying?
there's gonna be a robot uprising? If they don't stop this bullshit, it might be right.
I mean, yes and no, because I think at the end of the day, anything robotic, it's a kill switch.
Right.
They start malfunctioning, you hit that button, they done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Right,
if they
but
make anything, they can override that. They need to stop.
Mm-hmm. But that's the problem with that artificial intelligence is it's taking all the flaws we have, but fixing them technologically though.
Shit, none of us can talk today.
I know. Seriously, what the hell is that? It's supposed to be an easy one. Yeah, but they're fixing them so they aren't as flawed as we are. Obviously, they don't have a shelf life necessarily, so not that they're gonna live 80 years. You know what I mean? They can have a robot looks like you that lives a million years or whatever,
Yeah.
however many years it's supposed to live. So I say just like actually volunteering for them to put something inside of my brain so they can help.
I'm not
help
doing
with that.
shit.
I mean, it's coming anyway, but
Yeah, I'm not doing that because I think like at some point like they could do a lot of shit like with technology, but at some point people just gonna be like, we don't need that, and it's just like it's not gonna be an audience for people to like. I don't think it's gonna be many people that can afford and that's willing to let them implant a chip into
yeah,
their
at this
head.
point it's just cool.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
how much more convenience do we really need?
Right.
Like, how much convenience do we really need? Like, I can sit there and I mean, and I do it often. Like, oh gosh, y'all, and I can't even believe I'm bringing up 90 Day Fiance, but I'm sitting here like I'm just thinking about how I'll be sitting there watching the show with my phone in my hand. Like if they say a word I don't know, I'll look it up. If there's a
Yeah.
food I don't know, I just sit there and look it up. Like you can do so much. You can do so many multiple things. Learn, taking so much information at the same time. We're good.
I think
It's
right
too
now,
convenient,
I
okay?
think now at this point, like they need to instead of trying to make new technologies, we need to get the technology we have to places that need it.
No, agreed.
know what
so
I'm
that's
saying? Like,
everywhere
that's
gets it.
better.
No, I agree.
That's
with that
much
100%.
better. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just need to work on evening everything out rather than
Yeah.
trying to be
Facts.
aliens.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Elon Musk, chill out, bro. That's too much.
Somebody, they're going to be getting them in there.
Yeah, it's gonna
There'll
be
be
a
a
couple.
line around the
It's gonna
corner.
be a couple people, but I don't think. I'm assuming that shit gonna be hella expensive.
And I feel like also it's gonna I feel like that's gonna cause people to have brain tumors or something.
But we're in such a me first culture. It's just like with these iPhones, people are
Right.
months and months in advance. So if
but
it's
that's
something
like
that-
$1,000 versus this shit is gonna be at least like $10,000, if not more
That's
than that.
minimum, yeah.
Yeah, if not
Yeah,
more
yeah,
than that.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. To be honest, it may be around like 6 figures.
Probably. That
But
shit
you
gonna
know,
be
there's people that are
expensive.
thinking, I never have to touch a phone again. I never have to think about it again. I'm literally.
I can think about it and answer my phone. I'm in.
Right, nigga, I was born in my brain. Okay, that's all y'all doing. I don't have to have nothing else.
I don't
Just-
need nothing. Like, I think I'll be all right.
All right, y'all. So our next story
Do
we're
you
gonna
have
talk.
to talk still, or can they?
don't
Like,
know.
is it, if
I
they
feel
talk
like-
to you or they bringing it in, do you still have to?
It gotta be. I'm assuming it's kind of like reading your thoughts, kinda.
That's what he's
That's
saying.
scary.
He said telepathy.
Yeah, he said telepathy.
Yeah, that's
So just like I'm thinking about,
Well,
I'm about
and
to order a
listen,
pizza,
and listen,
and then
and
pizza
wait,
get ordered.
It's gonna be 10 years from now, and we're gonna be in this motherfucker like Professor X. If you got to chip in and so do I can just think some shit and be like,
Send it to you from across the
yeah,
world.
Right.
and ain't gotta
Nigga,
even
quit trying to do it
open
like
my
a damn
mouth.
ventriloquist, nigga.
Try not to-
Try not to move your mouth, Krista. We can still hear you, nigga.
It's the
yeah,
truth,
that shit
though.
is that's
But
just
it
too
is.
much, bro.
Yeah, hell no.
That's too much.
Well, God bless people that's gonna be like, ooh, me first, like you said, and they're gonna be the ones trying to do on the test run.
Yeah,
Sitting around
nah.
looking crazy.
Right.
Okay, y'all. Next up, we're gonna talk about Mahershala Ali, who is it's being said that now he's going to star in the Blade reboot
Nice.
for Marvel under Marvel Studios.
Every time I see somebody in them glasses, baby, I still shout out Blade.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good.
What up,
gonna be
man?
a
That's
good
like the
movie.
black. That's like black folks insult. What's up over there with them Blade glasses?
Yeah.
Now the casting was
Niggas do have
announced
them on.
during the Studio H Hall presentation at Comic Con, and he called after he got his Oscar for the movie Green Book, and said he was interested, and that was that.
No, I think he'll be a
director
great
said that.
Blade.
So they doing, but a lot of people are saying they don't want there to be a Blade reboot. Like, just leave it alone. Wesley Snipes, it just needs to be left alone. Did y'all
no.
like Blade?
I seen Blade, but it's been a very long time.
Blade
But I
is-
think it's good for them to bring it back. Number one is like we see what Black Panther did, and for a lot of black people that don't keep up with Marvel, that was their first time hearing about that. Everybody's seen Blade,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And then it wasn't even like it's about how they produce it and how well they do on it is of how it's going to be how people receive it.
Right.
So even then, like Blade is still a cult classic, but it was corny. It was not made the best. That
Yeah,
it could have
no,
been
it's
made.
gonna
Like
be-
you watch it now, it's
because
just look like that.
they gonna have a budget. They gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna be done right.
Now he ain't no bullshit actor either. Like
Yeah,
he
no,
has-
he's good.
Yeah, so hopefully they make it what it should be. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want
And
another
to
black
be
superhero?
honest, like when you talk about Marvel and how big it is, anything where it's like black people doing like being portrayed in a good light or being done right, I guess you could say, they need to do it. Like, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I definitely that's definitely like you said, like a classic. Like Blade was a movie. I remember. I think I was in like middle school when that came out. Like I was pretty young. It came out in like '98. So yeah, I was in middle school.
And there's a lot of other characters. I think that's what people that like comic books and like things like that, they want to see people like this. They want to see like, you know what I mean? It's not just always Superman, whatever, you know what I mean? Spider-Man. They want to see, when they see a movie like this that's a classic that has, you know what I mean, a background they know about, it's exciting for everybody.
Right.
Black Panther is a perfect example of that, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Mahershala Ali is a great actor, so I'm sure he's gonna do a
Right.
good job either way it goes.
Yeah,
so.
Marvel, they just even like outside of the Blade announcement, they got a lot of people working with them, like A-list celebrities.
No, they had her eating.
They got Salma Hayek is gonna be in one of the new movies. Angelina Jolie, they all gonna be in the same movie.
And
Oh,
there's
wow.
another Maleficent coming out. That shit's all going on Disney Plus.
Oh.
They about
Yeah.
to eat.
No,
They about to eat because
Disney is
Disney,
making
Marvel,
moves.
they about to eat.
They
yeah.
making moves.
Do y'all think that Netflix is gonna be in trouble when they put all these things
Yes.
on there? Because Marvel, this is gonna be on
Yes.
Marvel. Blade is gonna be on Marvel.
And Netflix
Yes.
is already.
No, Blade. That's gonna be a movie.
No, it's a movie, but Marvel, it's in the Marvel Studios.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna come out in theaters.
No,
Some of the stuff
I'm
they
not
release
saying-
is
no, no.
only going to Disney
No,
Plus.
I'm
though.
not saying it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not going to theaters. I'm just saying instead of them releasing it digitally, they might just be like, you got to get the streaming service to watch it. You know, I don't know.
Oh, that's gonna be the only way.
yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
think
what I'm
that
saying.
Netflix's best interest is to just strengthen whatever their niche is going to be because their HBO has got all these bomb ass original series out right now. They got your home box office movies that come there from the theater,
Right.
But also like Hulu pretty much has like the TV shows, daytime TV shows stuff
Yeah.
on lock.
Right.
If this Disney and Marvel, whatever Disney takes over and takes that big chunk out of Netflix, you're gonna have to amp it up on your original series. Like right now, I don't think anybody touches Netflix on like the comedy series, the original comedy
No.
series.
Mm-mm,
Yeah.
not at all.
Like somebody need to hop on these podcast series while y'all playing around.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And some of the ones y'all ain't heard about. There's
Yeah,
lots of ones that y'all
yeah.
ain't heard
No,
about.
but I think
And
think
so whatever-
Netflix they gonna be in trouble, but I think they gonna survive though.
But
No,
they
they'll
need
be
to
fine,
choose
yeah.
something that everybody else is not offering because they don't. You know what I mean? Like right now, they just kind of sample everything. But that's what'll hurt them is that everybody else is strong in their big thing that they're.
Somebody gonna get knocked out the blocks though, because you have like, of course, Hulu, which has been a big force for the past maybe 10 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But then you also have Sling, which is just like Hulu because you can watch it the next day, but you can also watch it live.
But I
But it's
honestly
more than Hulu. a
But
month.
after Disney, I think it will be Netflix. Now that these stations are starting to get it. I mean, people got HBO and Cinemax to see movies after they came out of
Right.
theaters. That people will go back to that because it is more familiar. You know what I mean? And there's movies that Netflix has a conflict with. Like I know you can like put in a suggestion for a movie and then they'll see about like maybe put it on there. But a lot of times the conflict is because like it's going to HBO exclusively. So now
Yeah.
that stuff is offered, it is going to be harder for them because they have a lot of those independent movies, which they do okay.
Yeah,
They
that's
do
what
alright,
I think.
you
That's
know?
gonna be the thing that kind of keeps them, because even like the Netflix original movies, they've been bringing the budgets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they haven't been
They're ma-
slouching on
They're making
their
a,
original stuff.
The last Avatar Airbender, the last Airbender.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that cartoon?
Yeah.
That anime? I watched that
Mm-hmm.
too. Did you watch it? They're making. You know they had that horrible
Yeah.
movie. But Netflix is making they're making a live action series on,
See,
on
but
Netflix.
also what
That's gonna be
Netflix
live.
is doing that's good too. Like they got a lot of producers that a lot of people are familiar with. Like
Mm-hmm.
even the Obamas, they signed a deal with them. Ava
Yeah.
DuVernay, I think, signed a deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they got people that's close enough to them to where they'll be all right.
I think the documentaries too.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
pretty much got locked.
No, yeah.
But
So
that,
I
like
think
you said, that Disney is going to take a.
That's
it's
gonna be-
Disney at
they're
this
gonna
Disney
be the-
is gonna take a chunk from them.
they're
for
gonna be the
sure.
front runners. It's gonna be
Yeah.
the Disney Plus and Netflix. That's
Yeah.
gonna be what But I mean, I'm gonna have both, so I'm getting both.
Yeah.
Okay. Last but not least, y'all, we are going to talk about Young Dro. All right, y'all. This
They were just talking about this on the radio.
according to law enforcement, Young Dro was arrested on July 5th for throwing a plate of banana pudding at his girlfriend during an argument over money. Once things got heated, food started flying from both sides. Police were called to the scene, and despite Joe's girlfriend making it clear she didn't want to press charges, he was arrested anyway and now faces 2 counts of misdemeanor battery/family violence, and he's still in jail because now that they've got him there, they're holding him for child support. So this is the blackest shit I've heard
Right.
in a long
So the
time.
black ass shit,
This is very black.
This is very black.
The thing that's apparent is it wasn't none of my mama damn banana pudding.
All right, just throw it.
Shit, right, throw
That's
who?
right.
I'm gonna throw you. If I throw this damn pudding, the penny ain't gonna drop.
Listen, that's why I got to whoop your ass. It ain't got nothing to do with it. Ain't got nothing to do with the money, nigga. You just threw my mom banana pudding. Shit.
Dude.
But
your people.
The thing
Our
that
your
make it
people.
funny than anything else is like everybody know like Young Dro is a talented artist or whatever.
Very.
But everybody around him be like he just so hood. Like he just
Yeah,
can't he
he
can't
He
get it
wasn't able
together.
to fully shake the
yeah,
where he,
and this
his-
is why.
No,
because
it
he
is.
in there throwing
And it
banana
is.
pudding.
And
at
you know,
people.
and that nigga in Atlanta, you know that banana pudding was lit.
It
I don't know
was
where he
good.
got it from, but I know that shit was good. So he ain't thinking straight. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? This nigga out here throwing good
That
banana
nigga,
pudding.
that nigga was
grinding his
angry.
gears.
Right, she
That nigga
really
was
chapped his
angry.
hide, whatever she said.
Chapped his hide.
We did.
But yeah, these young black. I mean, I'm saying black just because it's us, and that's what we're talking about right now. But it's. I mean, we got to do better on this communication because this young brother. I'm just saying. I mean, by the time banana pudding been thrown, What was it? 30 minutes before the police there. You talking about I don't want to press charges, and now this nigga in here not for the banana pudding because he ain't paid your ass no money in child support.
Yeah, his baby mama called hold up and was like, and nigga, why you at it?
Right.
Why
You
you
know
at
he ain't
it?
paid.
Right. You know he ain't paid.
I got declined for my coochie sweatsuit the other day, and I need my money now. I mean, my child need their money now.
Yeah.
It's
And
my
had it
money
not
and I
been-
need it now.
I need it now. Goddamn. Yeah.
And you just went to the other room and enjoyed that banana pudding, maybe you could have calmed down. You should have
Right.
taken
Right.
5 minutes
Yeah.
with your banana pudding, took it to the other room, calmed down.
Calmed your black ass
Yeah,
down.
took 10 and then came back and enjoyed the rest of the barbecue. Y'all doing too
And
much.
Young Dro make good ass music too. I really hate that he going. I mean, he not going out. This ain't like it's nothing like that. But I just hate that this is what we're hearing about him for. You know, Young Dro makes good music, and I would rather hear about that than this nigga throwing some perfectly good banana pudding and being in jail for not paying child
But this
support.
the thing. They said food was flying back and forth, so they was both throwing food.
Yeah, but see, but yeah.
And DK said all the time, "You're not that mad." But
You
the
not
new
that
quote
mad.
need-
mad.
Well, the new quote
You not
need to
that
be
mad.
take 5 and go enjoy banana pudding.
Right.
Because I just don't
Right.
see a solution. I just don't see a problem
Right.
that can't solve.
Then you gonna know everything I
Because as
hate.
mad as you
You
are,
take your
when you
spoon, it's
start
chilled too.
And once you get 2 spoons, listen, by the time you get 2 spoons, you done kind of calm down
Yeah,
a
you
little
like,
bit.
Yeah.
okay, whatever this weight is, she ain't getting this to the face.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody getting this to the face but me.
You know, another one is we could put like a picture like a picture of banana pudding right there, and then put like scoop this way, and
Right.
put like an arrow, and you take your ass to where the arrow is, nigga, and hop on that banana pudding. You'll be all right.
Now with
Yeah,
the
you be
unspoken,
alright.
now what the unspoken conflict might have been is that she made that damn banana pudding.
It
and
wasn't
It was
good.
nasty,
It
right?
it didn't quite curl
That's-
right.
That's why they was arguing about money, because she wasted the money.
This nigga said, this is
All
not
the
even
banana
good.
pudding that
I
ain't
am
good.
done with this.
what I'm
You
saying?
got his back. Okay, all right.
That's what
Well,
happened. I wasted $25 making this.
I bet you did.
Right.
And a
That's
good
where it
banana, and a
started.
good banana pudding ain't gonna cost you but 10. You trying to put all them
Right.
frills in it.
Somebody
Trying to
told
put
me.
them damn frills.
Somebody
You
told me.
overcharged.
Somebody
you
said
got
to me.
overcharged.
Somebody said to me recently. It was like.
Damn
They were like,
$25
yeah, I
banana
don't like
pudding.
other people's banana pudding because I don't understand why people be putting Nilla wafers in them.
Get your ass
I was
out
like,
off the
nigga,
earth.
that's a main ingredient for banana pudding.
Take your
What's
ass
the main?
Take your ass to Marshall Ice Age. Go.
What you mean you understand why there's Nilla wafers in there? Nigga, that's the crust. I mean, that's what
That's
it's got
probably
to be
why
in
they was
there.
arguing over it. Because she
All right.
paid.
And she listen, she got, you know what, and a lot of people too. Fuck y'all niggas real quick. Hold up. A lot of y'all niggas be out here. A lot of
Why
y'all
it's on my
niggas.
chest?
A lot of y'all niggas be out here getting this damn Jello instant banana pudding and then slamming some
Taking
vanilla wafers on there.
O's.
Fuck y'all. Don't
Yeah,
stop
no.
doing that
Yeah,
shit.
for real.
That ain't the way you make that shit. That's
No,
not
for
right.
real,
Like
for
legit.
real.
You had to get that out.
Yeah, like this shit's upsetting, man. My bad.
And it
But
ain't
I'm
that
just
many.
saying, like,
It ain't that many steps, but you need to take them, nigga.
I mean, yeah.
okay.
Make it, do it right.
Strong.
Okay, do it right.
Damn. I
And
fucked
me
around and got
personally-
mad. Like, I
Yeah,
didn't realize I was
no.
upset about it till we started talking about it.
You got mad before you even said what was going on. You said, first of all, fuck y'all niggas.
And personally,
Yeah.
I want a couple layers of vanilla wafers on that first layer because it's gonna
Yeah.
soak into it too.
Yeah, and you gotta have like freshly cut bananas. You
Yeah,
gotta have
oh my
the-
God.
You gotta
And don't,
make
I
the
wish
pudding
you
the right
will come
way.
around. You better put them toppings on last. Don't come in
Right.
here with no brown ass bananas.
No, that's facts,
And
man.
you damn near need to cut them hoes in the car.
And Krista's words, if that banana pudding is made right, it eat like a meal.
Nah.
It really
Yeah.
does. And it's a dessert.
Yeah.
But you be all right. Anyway, but
I
Young Dro,
digress.
I think the most important thing is to not throw you right.
That damn
Hopefully,
banana pudding, I'm
I
through.
mean, I guess the most important thing here is the child. So hopefully they good. But after you done worrying about that, get back to this
We just
banana
all-
pudding.
We
and
just all
not-
need to go stream some Young Dro music and he'll
Yeah,
be
we
good.
are.
Yeah.
Young Joe.
Young
All right,
Dro.
y'all. That is all for what's popping today. And now we're going to move over into our next segment where we acknowledge a beautiful woman every week, and that is our Dime of the Week segment. I'm looking for a dime.
Change that. Ain't paying them bills today.
Yeah, double shackle. 2 shacks. No, all right, y'all. This week, our Dime of the Week is going to be the very lovely and the very talented Miss Destiny Ryan.
Right.
A lot of us came to know Destiny Ryan on Star as she
Young
played
teen.
the character of Alexandra, excuse me. It's hard to say. But that's why I'm still working over that banana pudding.
Right, I'm about to say, I mean, by the third time, you
I
could just
can't
let
shake it. I'm beside myself
Just
right
let
now.
it roll off. Alexander, don't
Alex.
I am so upset, nigga. No, Alexandra on Star, and she is going to join the cast of Grownish. That's Yara Shahidi
Them little
show.
grown, but them
On
little mannish
Freeform.
kids.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, Chloe and Halle are on there. Of course, Yara Shahidi, Trevor Jackson, Luca something. I don't remember his last name, but there's a lot of like just young up and coming black star power on that show, and Ryan Destiny's gonna join them. So I think that's really dope. And she's a beautiful girl. She can really really sing too. Yeah. Have you heard her sing?
Yeah, on Star. Yeah.
No, yeah, she can sing. Is that show good?
I seen a couple episodes, but I don't know it like that well.
And it's Queen Latifah stuff, so it probably is good.
Yeah.
What station does it come on?
Fox.
Okay.
But it got canceled though.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, and I heard
but it
got
just canceled though.
They said I was listening to something, maybe the Breakfast Club, and it died. It died. It ended on a cliffhanger. So they said instead of it being like the red wedding, they call it the red bottom wedding.
Okay.
But,
but
they said a lot of people got murked though.
What they trying to do is like have another network pick it up so they can finish it off.
Lee Dan said it wasn't gonna happen.
Oh well.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
But no, he was trying to do that though.
With Destiny Ryan, that's her name, right?
Ryan Destiny.
Is it Ryan Destiny or Destiny Ryan?
It's Ryan Destiny Ryan. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, but I think like her being on Grownish, that's gonna help her get into a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Because I think so far she's just been doing a lot of TV roles, but like she gonna get into some movies soon.
And I bet she's gonna drop a CD soon too because she needs to be making
probably,
music. Yeah. There's no reason that she shouldn't. She can really sing.
And she's gonna fit in great with that cast too. I just love how all of them are. I mean, they are untouchable. The other person ain't on there is Baby Girl, but I know she played little sister on Grownish.
Right.
But she, I mean, so obviously the age doesn't work. But she, but yeah, all those kids on there are just like, they are, I mean, for lack of a better word, they're just the future. Like, you can see they just are.
They got next.
I'm ready to see y'all in some movies too.
Yeah.
And I feel like,
heavy, but
I wouldn't be surprised if all those girls on there gonna end up being in the Little Mermaid.
Oh yeah, only person missing is Zendaya. And that's what I was about to say. That's like almost the equivalent. Like she's really doing that show she's on, Euphoria. I was telling you guys about earlier too.
Yeah.
I mean, I just finished, and it's really kind of like they're in high school, but it's kind of the darker version of what's going on in Grownish. I like that Grownish still deals with real issues. Sometimes they're a little bit uncomfortable, but at least it's a good relation, and it's really the same way that what she's doing. And with her, just seeing her, like the acting is. I'm interested to see what kind of roles Yara will start taking too, just because Zendaya this is not who she was 10 years ago, and she can do anything that she wants to now.
She can sing.
Yeah, but she
can act.
She can go back and do a cutesy role, but she can do any hard role that she wants to. She can make herself look crazy if she wants to, or she can go back to being bubbly and beautiful, but she is just, you know what I mean? She's like taking this by the horns. But yeah, Destiny Ryan, I'm excited to see her on Grownish because she's another example that she just had this whole show that she was pretty much the star of, you know what I mean? And she's going on to Grownish already with an established, you know what I mean, with an established catalog. So
yeah. Shout out to Destiny Ryan. She is very beautiful and very very talented. So we look forward to.
And she has a very healthy relationship with what's his name, little new addition.
Keith Powers.
Keith Powers. He's also just a good kid. Another person on that young star power list.
Yeah. It's really dope. It's really dope to see. So we look forward to seeing more from you, Destiny, and you are our Dime of the Week. And now we're gonna move over into our next segment, our number one favorite game.
Number one
favorite game.
One's gotta go.
One's gotta go.
This week on One's Gotta Go, y'all, these are three of our favorite comedians. We haven't done comedians in a long time, but these are three of our favorite legendary comedians that have offered a lot as far as comedy, movies, character work. And all three of them are, really the GOAT, in their lane, although they are kind of held in the same regard at a different generational level. But for this week, for One's Gotta Go, we have...
Good Lord, that trumpet really hitting this week, ain't it?
That trumpet is hitting.
I never noticed.
Is that Dizzy Gillespie?
Right.
Who did that? Who laid that down?
And Ricky's so fat, this nigga just trudging through. Nigga, what? We were trying to get a lot of these trumpets, nigga.
My bad. Oh, no, that's the little drummer boy. My bad. Now them trumpets going in and take it up. There we go. Hey. All right.
I'm not mad at Cam.
No, yeah. I think Cam might have been back there hitting that trumpet.
Right.
Cam, you got a trumpet back there.
It got good to him.
He's like, my bad, y'all. Sometimes I just get lost in this music.
I just got lost. I felt it in my spirit.
All right. So anyway, once again, y'all, we have Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, and Richard Pryor, all of which have given, just, unimaginable amounts of content to us over time. Of course, Richard Pryor, unfortunately passed away some years back. But Eddie Murphy and Dave Chappelle still going strong. So one of these
That's
has
cool. Dave Chappelle's in this category now too. He's definitely made
he
over
a
that
legend.
hump of
He is,
it's crazy.
He's like one of the like newer legends, I would say. Though.
No, he definitely is. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like to even be on this list, like
He
he's
probably like the newest legend.
No, he's the newest one, I think. Yeah.
For comedy?
Yeah, because I don't think Kevin Hart in that conversation yet.
No, me either. That's what I'm saying. I think we haven't been able to put Dave Chappelle really in that category because we normally, you know, when we want to deal with like the Kevin Hart and stuff, it's still just like a little bit. It's a little bump up that's just not quite doesn't quite put him under there no more.
I think that Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and Dave Chappelle, they definitely all crossed over or have crossed over. But I think that also what's a little bit different from them and Kevin Hart is I feel like they are a little bit more like I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Right.
not that he doesn't, but he's still just there's still like a little bit more PC with.
Well,
with,
I think
with
a
Kevin
little
Hart
thing with
there
Kevin
the
Hart
other
is that like he a little bit like gimmicky, a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
a
especially
lot
in
of
like
it.
his movies. Like
His
he definitely
comedy.
get like
All he does is make
typecasted
fun of
a lot.
himself.
And how short he is.
I mean, I like Kevin Hart, but
No, me
I mean,
too.
he
for sure.
he's definitely got his gimmick aspect to him.
Okay, but listen. So one of these three got to go though. Do y'all want a 1, 2, 3 this week?
Yeah, as a person, I actually like Kevin Hart. I do not enjoy his comedy though because it's just too it's self-hating.
To be honest, I still haven't seen the latest one.
It's weird.
The newest one that came
On
out on
Netflix?
Netflix,
Me
I
neither.
haven't
I haven't
seen.
seen it either.
Okay, but these three.
Okay, yeah, these
Yeah.
three.
Um,
You know what? I also want to say shout out to North Texas Cuts. They gave us this one.
Very
This
nice. Oh, cool,
this
cool.
this one's got to go for this week. But I was thinking to myself, like I was like, I wonder when they told me, and I was gonna tell everybody, I was wondering if like it would have worked differently if you took out Richard and put in Richard Pryor, excuse me, Mr. Pryor, and you put in Bernie Mac, you know.
Ooh,
But the difference is
That
that
make it harder for me.
Bernie Mac doesn't quite do as much. He didn't do like character work like they did, as far as like dressing up as somebody completely different like the other. So
bro. To be honest, like
let's not. Bernie's not in there. I just something that I thought about. I even asked some people about. I
and
was
we
like,
have put Bernie Mac in one before. I don't think we
Did we?
Any, didn't we
I
do
don't
one
know.
with-
We should have shit if we didn't.
Bernie
but
Mac, like one
coming
of my,
soon if we haven't. We'll
like
put him
my,
in another
of my,
one.
He
I
like
feel
top
like we
3
have.
for sure.
I feel like we have. I feel like we did one with Cedric's Entertainer, him and Steve Harvey.
I don't think we did.
I think we talked about it.
Okay, maybe,
All right,
maybe
well-
we've been too scared to put him in one too.
Right.
Honestly.
Okay, but these three are Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle. So do y'all want 1, 2, 3?
Before we do that,
Sure.
can we just talk about Eddie Griffin? I mean, not Eddie Griffin. Eddie Murphy getting $70 million from Netflix.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy got a $70 million deal with Netflix to do. He's going to come back to stand up and do stand up. So that's something he hasn't done in a really long time. But of course, he rose to fame with Raw and Delirious and other stand up he did.
And then all movies
And of
after
course,
that.
like sketch comedy.
Yeah.
And
Like the
this
80s
nigga
was
ran the
his.
80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cops, The Golden Child,
No, when he was
Coming
on
to
Saturday Night
America,
Live,
Boomerang, Harlem
like
Nights.
that Buckwheat
Saturday Night
stuff,
Live.
like that.
That's my favorite
that
sketch
mess
from
was-
him is
when he
Buckwheat.
did the James Brown, the hot tub.
Yeah,
like,
James Brown in the hot
yeah,
tub.
he was on when it was his
Looking,
time.
putting up in all the wrong paid day. Y'all know nothing about that, do you?
Yeah.
Looking, putting
Okay,
up.
well, then we already discussed this at the restaurant. We wasn't finna do this. Okay, you can go off Dr. Doolittle if you want to.
I do know
You
Dr.
love the
Dolittle.
Dr. Doolittle and the Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You Nutty and the Professor.
But anyway, so which one of these three got to go, y'all? We're going 1, 2, 3.
We can.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Dave
Eddie
Chappelle.
Murphy.
Richard Pryor.
Oh
Eddie Murphy.
damn, we all got rid of somebody different.
Oh no.
You
We
got
did.
rid of Eddie
We did.
Murphy?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't
Why?
see that coming.
Me neither.
I got rid of Eddie Murphy because I don't like Eddie Murphy. I'm just kidding. No, I do. I do like Eddie Murphy. I just think that let me see. I got rid of him because of the reason that is. Lord, I really want this answer too.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorites.
Nigga ain't blinked, okay?
I'm shook.
That nigga's
Nigga,
white.
I can't believe you said that.
I just think that the other two, they talk a little bit more about like their personal problems. I think that they faced a few more social issues than what Eddie Murphy did. Not that that's the most important thing, but the way that they went about doing it, I do think that you learned a little bit more about him. Now, Eddie Murphy, we don't know about his personal life because secrets. Okay.
Or maybe he gonna talk about it on his new stand.
Maybe he is. I hope so. That's why I'm wondering, like, what is he really going to talk about that we don't already know? But, Dave Chappelle, I think after he went through all that stuff of having to come out and say why he left Comedy Central, like basically why he let us all down with the freaking greatest show that was ever given to us and just
Right.
decided not to do it again. I mean, that's a huge thing. Like that I'm not saying it was just a sacrifice. Maybe he didn't feel like it was, but, and it's the same thing with Richard Pryor. Like Richard Pryor, he was always like probably too, candid about his personal life, but it's the reason that nobody could really touch him because he was always up there doing stand-up. Like some of his old stand-up you watch, about some of the stuff that he talks about, like when he was on drugs and stuff like that. You like, is this stand up
That's
or is this a
crazy,
damn
yeah.
TED talk?
It would. No, he went through some things. Okay, well, I got
But
rid.
it's open book.
I
you know
got
what
rid of Dave Chappelle because Eddie Murphy literally has, like I said, some of my favorite movies and stand-ups from the 80s and 90s. Coming to America is my favorite movie for all times. I think that he is definitely one of the GOATs. I think that Richard Pryor was definitely like the one that, opened a lot of doors on that level. I think he was hilarious. His movies, I love them. I love Harlem Nights. I love The Toy. I love not Cornbread Earl and Me. Car Wash. Like, I love Brewster's Millions. Like, I love these movies with with Richard Pryor from the 80s. So he definitely can't go anywhere either. Dave Chappelle is, like Krista said, gave us one of the best sketch comedy shows of all times. He has some of the funniest material and some of the best stand-ups of all times. He is one of my favorite comedians. But out of these three, I had to get rid of Dave Chappelle because the other two just, for longer.
And he's still a baby legend, like you said.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to.
Well, I got rid of Richard Pryor just because all the movies you name, I ain't seen none of them. Like, I seen one Richard Pryor stand-up, and I seen that when I was in, maybe 9th or 10th grade.
So you don't know a lot about him.
Yeah, so I just don't know a lot about him. Like, I know he's, a legend, but he's, so much of a legend that, when I was born, he was already a legend.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I don't have a lot of, material to be like, oh, that was a Richard Pryor joke that was funny.
Yeah.
Right.
But, I like Eddie Murphy. I know more of his movies than his stand-ups, which I think are hilarious. And Dave Chappelle cool. Like, he would never been one of my favorite comedians, but I do find him to be funny though.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I think that with you saying you haven't experienced it, if you ever go back and watch Richard Pryor, you probably won't even think he's that funny because so many people have redone the things that he said.
Right.
It sounds like an old person that's saying the same thing that you've already said, and it almost even sounds blander because they've remixed it so many ways that now they just spice it up so many. But it's just that's the first time it was being said, so of course that shit was fucking hilarious.
Right.
No, yeah, he said shit that black comedians, people wouldn't dare to say, you know what I'm saying? And so did people like LaWanda Page, that's.
But now if you don't say them, you're like, okay,
LaWanda
the
Page,
shock value is
Aunt
not
Esther
enough.
on from Sanford and Son was real nasty in her stand up. She was real nasty.
Horrible.
Anyway,
Not horrible, but yeah.
All right, y'all. So we're
Good
gonna
way.
post this poll on Twitter and see what you guys think out of Dave Chappelle, Eddie Murphy, and Richard Pryor. Which one of these amazing legends has to go? Let us know. Sound off in the comment section. Let us know which one of them would have to go for you. And we're going to move over into our next and final segment, which is Black.
I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
This week, y'all, this is just sometimes.
Did you see this?
Mm-mm.
Been whipped in his blackness.
Got the
That's what I'm talking about, G. Hope you got that, Cam. Y'all, this week for Black, this is really, really very, very,
Pretty black.
very
That's the
ethnic.
thing.
Yeah.
You know it's got to be black because Young Dro wasn't here.
Right.
Right.
Well, we had to
Should've
bump Young
been
Dro
here.
out.
For that good ass
For
man
this McNigga.
Right.
For this McNigga acting a whole McFool. All right, y'all. So this week it says McDonald's employee fired for putting his mixtapes in Happy Meals.
Don't have your little mixtape.
Yeah, this nigga just slide.
That's the name of the show.
That's
Big
it,
Mixtape.
This nigga just sliding his mixtape into people's Happy Meals. Like,
Big Mixtape.
yeah, nigga, you thought you were getting that Aquaman figurine, nigga. You finna get this mixtape.
You about to get this heat, nigga.
Right.
Trap Life Volume 16, nigga. You
You better get this heat, nigga. Trap life.
Nigga, I'm coming
Trap
through with that
Life
pressure.
16, right.
And what's the sad part about it is the kids gonna be the ones that make you famous. You already know all
Right.
the little cuz they always got some little dumbass nigga. They listen to you, I gonna listen to who the hell is this?
I
Okay.
can't even pronounce this
And
nigga's
that nigga
name.
got 3 million views.
3 million views, right.
100,000 just off this little nigga alone.
Right.
Nah, that's
Now,
facts.
he got
yeah.
the right idea. I don't know why they fired
Yeah,
him.
but it just no. I know why they fired him, nigga. You can't be because I'm
That's
sure.
what I want to know.
Depending
How
on
he get called?
depending on where this McDonald's was, I'm sure some parent was
Bring
like,
back
"Oh
this heat.
no,
No,
this
this
is
was
completely
definitely in the hood.
unacceptable." Shit, you never
This was in
know.
the hood.
You never know.
It
There's
had to
niggas
be.
everywhere.
Yeah, but this is a hood nigga we talking about.
It's niggas. He could be from the hood, and I just can't imagine nobody in the hood reporting this.
That's how I know somebody else called him.
Who called him?
I don't know.
How many how many mixtapes?
You know what? They
How
didn't
many
say it
Happy
here.
Meals do you think they
But
pushed
this
in a
nigga
day?
might have been upcharging for putting the mixtape in there. And they didn't tell nobody. It was
Like
like
extra heat in that
gonna be-
fire.
It's gonna be extra $2.
you don't even need no sauce. We over here dripping. We dripping, so you don't even need no
This nigga
sauce.
from Cali all of a sudden you have to be extra $2.
It's gonna be-
Like no
The Happy Meal
nigga.
gonna be extra $2. That's how he got caught. He
Right.
was charging the extra
He
$2.
started charging, nigga. Yeah, you
and somebody
just-
was like, "Well, why is it more?"
Right.
I came in yesterday, and he was like, "Well, you know, I got
Yesterday
that
they had
deal
that
yet."
heat too.
It was still
You know
mixing
what
and
I'm
mastering, nigga. It wasn't done yet. So today, that's why it's $2 more today. Anything else?
This fresh off the press.
This fresh off the press.
No, they
Shit.
needed, he needed to
Got
do
Got
like
the
a
little plastic
master.
sleeves.
I'm gonna tell you, brother, right now. I mean, you black. Don't get it wrong, but we not gonna take away from what we're not
The
Take away from-
creativity.
right? Creativity and entrepreneurship. Okay,
Yeah.
because you know what I see all the time.
He's a hustler.
What they need to do is get like a QR and a sticker or something little more inconspicuous. Something that they can't. You can't be giving out the actual CD. First of all, where they gonna play the shit? Second
Right,
of all, but you know what? Like I'll be going to Sonic and get a little soft serve. Yes, Sonic is on the soft serve list. Oh yeah, I've been on this ice cream so hard. But you know when you go to the little drive-through, I be seeing all the time like people be putting stickers with the with a like YouTube name or Instagram name, and they'd be like, "Follow me." It be in like some little dumbass kid handwriting.
Well, that's what he should have did.
Yeah, too smooth _ too much drip.
Maybe he could have just like printed like some cards and put them in there versus the actual
Yeah.
physical CDs for the link.
See,
So
but
when they
he
mama
did-
when the kid passes it to the front, the mama gonna want to know where it came from.
Right.
Yeah,
The
and
mama
then-
gonna
Don't pop
this
this in, mama.
Right.
And heaven only knows.
Right. What
Right.
was on that motherfucker? Right.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah.
Your mama ain't shit.
Yeah, mama
Right.
ain't shit.
Mama
And that's when
ain't
she was
shit.
done. That she was done. Where you get this garbage from?
It's garbage.
Mickey D's hoe, Mickey D's hoe, Mickey D's hoe. You know,
Can't
niggas
get in there and start talking shit about
Right.
people's mamas.
As
Right, and then
usual, I
talking
like
about
your
his
style.
ex-girlfriend's talking about his ex-girlfriend's fish fillet.
Right.
Being disrespectful and talking about how he used to make her McFlurry all over the
And
place.
his new bitch McRib.
It's probably
okay?
lit. Yeah,
McFlurry all over the
McFlurry all
place.
over. You over here coming all over the place.
Yeah,
But no.
McFlurry all over the place. Better get in the McRibs.
Right, I was all up in them McRibs for a limited time.
I had to explode the mixed sauce.
Let's go a party in that parfait.
And after I was done, I charged the 25 cents for an extra napkin.
Yeah.
All right.
How many sauces?
How many you need?
Yeah, but one
This gonna
barbecue
cost
for
you.
This
about
mixed sauce
100
is
nuggets.
a premium. It's a premium mixed sauce.
How
Right.
many nuggets? How many sauces you get somebody who ordered 100 nuggets? I don't know, like one.
What the fuck is wrong with you? That is terrorism.
Like what?
I thought that should be attempted murder, because what you gonna do when I
Right.
choke on this dry ass chicken nugget? Anyway, all right, y'all. That is our
Get
black
that corn and
for this
go.
week. I mean, it was creative, bro, but it was a little too black for my
It was a
liking.
little
It was a
black.
taste too. It was a skosh too black.
Well, it was very black.
Just a skosh.
It was very black, but it wasn't black enough to where I didn't like it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
right.
I love it. No,
Right.
no,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's good
no.
levels. I just hated
Yeah.
you lost your employment. Now you hopefully you got enough of them mixtapes out where they got you, brother. You might be on
You
the
gonna be one of
ride.
the niggas when you at the gas station, like, hey, let me holler at you real quick.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, come real quick. Hey, what kind of music you like listening to? You got to start. That's why I don't never go to the gas station without some tennis shoes on. I don't never go up there no Nike slide, nigga, because
Yeah.
you never know when you're going to have to flex on somebody.
No, seriously.
Selling cologne, mixtapes,
Look, and Mick
children to claim on your taxes.
D's
Right.
might have fucked up, baby, because when this baby blow up, don't come back. Don't come
Right.
back. He tried to help y'all out.
Ask him to get on the Mick Jingle.
Right. Jingle. He tried to give y'all first sign artist.
Right.
No.
Hey, I want to act
The
funny.
Mick
Yeah,
record
y'all want to
labels.
act funny.
With your black, yeah.
The first artist off of Mick record
Right.
label.
Mick Records.
The Mick records.
You know, that nigga went neck platinum in 1 week. All right,
And
that's
I
it.
believe it.
That's
Listen,
it. All
McDonald's
right.
is the biggest engine you can
Thank
have
you.
behind
Thank
you.
you. If McDonald's started a record label, nigga, I'm going to try to get on that hoe. 'cause that
Hell
nigga.
yeah.
Listen.
All right, y'all. Well, that is all for our show this week. Please make sure that you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube. Watch our videos on YouTube. All of those are under the name IAMW Podcast. Also, leave us a rating and review on the podcast app under IAMW Podcast, and email your questions to iamwpodcast@gmail.com. We appreciate you guys so much for listening. This is D Hayes.
Chris was here.
Same OG.
Have a good week, y'all.